I wanted to bring life back into this Barbie Dream Jeep Power Wheel by turning it into something my older kids can enjoy.
Oh, don't forget it doesn't have brakes!
And also something my brother and I can drive around. My plan is to take the axle assembly and Amazon Special electric motor from a drift trike I built previously, get some go-kart parts from Amazon, and put it all together with some mediocre welding skills, turning Barbie's Dream Jeep into my Dream Jeep. The motor and axle assembly from my previously built drift trike was sacrificed for this build. I went ahead and removed paint from the areas I would likely be attaching to the new frame.
This is going to be the pace. Today's video. This is the steering column kit we ordered, but it's too wide. If we did this, that's going to put the wheelbase at 37 inches wide and the back wheelbase at 27 inches wide. We're going to cut 3.5 inches off, so we're going to take it down to 30.
Committing to the full 5-inch cut.
It feels like
too much.
To shorten the tie rod linkage, I cut off one end, drilled a new hole, and tapped the threads into the new hole. Tie rods have 2 threaded ends, but one has reverse thread. I don't have a reverse thread cap, so I had to make sure to keep this thing oriented the correct way.
Wait a minute.
what?
No, it's fine.
What?
What if we had only done one side shorter, but like significantly shorter, and then the steering wheel could be slightly offset?
Oh, that's true. We want the steering wheel in the center because this is only going to be a one-person vehicle.
Oh, okay. We're fat asses.
Yes. We want our fat asses to be able to fit in the Barbie's skinny ass.
The Amber Heard mobile.
The Barbie of today. We succeeded. Let's do whatever we just did on this other side. First, where did I put the caliper? I don't know if we explained this. We're basically making a go-kart that the Power Wheel can sit on top of.
To support the front wheels, I cut a length of angle iron to hold the spindles the correct length apart. We placed a bend in each end so we wouldn't end up with too much negative camber. Once we had the lower attachments in place, we cut and bent an upper support. In the end, I don't know if we just didn't bend enough or if our bends were too weak. The final car ended up with a lot of negative camber.
This seat's gonna have to go because we're too fat.
Our legs are too long.
Our legs are too long. Basically, we're gonna be sitting like this. Also, this is gonna end up having to go too.
We will hopefully preserve the windshield.
And the backrest.
And the back.
We definitely know we need to get rid of this back cavity right here.
That's where this thing is gonna go.
And then probably the whole floor. This is why I'm not cleaning it yet.
This thing is extremely gross. There's a lot of bugs and things in there.
What do you want to cut it with?
Well, herring.
I don't use my reciprocating saw very much, apparently.
You got the whole kit and caboodle.
Meow. Oh, yeah. And there's also this.
The Irwin!
I love this saw.
Irwin's back. Ta-da! Oh, the wheels.
Now we need the front steering gone because it's got to. I'm yelling. We need some of it because it's got to support this bumper.
These clips seem to hold it on. All right, it's still held on by something. Oh, here we go. Front screws.
Mock up. I think the tires should go backwards just a little bit. Our back is going to be right up against here, so that'll keep us from sitting behind the wheels.
Just sit it exactly where you want it to be.
And then this will be in the arch.
So it'll look good.
And it'll be safe, not safer. We'll be more likely to fit. 33 inches is our wheelbase.
With that measured, I cut some angle iron and mocked up our tiny go-kart frame.
It is now connected.
It's a tiny go-kart. Oh, you got the steering thing attached.
So I attached this, but it's just floating right now. What if I just take one of these, like right underneath the center of there, and then I just do a little blob of something so the U-bolts can go straight down right there. We need to get this dash area off so we can see more underneath there.
We need a hoist.
It doesn't fit.
We had to cut the rear wheel arches off of our Power Wheel shell so it would fit over its new extended wheel base. Then, using several pieces of a 2x4, I adjusted the final position of the shell over the frame.
All right, Amber. This is not gonna work.
What is going on here? Ooh, that's gonna be tight.
That's why I think this has got to go.
Daniel supported the dash with his safety flops while I cut away the excess plastic.
That is a fair amount of space in there, actually. And we're still gonna look like idiots.
That was the whole point.
We've been fabricating this morning. We have this, if you remember, from roughly seconds ago. This was stolen from the drift trike, and we think it's gonna end up being the top part. Oh, that doesn't work for that. Oh, fudge. It will once we cut some protrusions off of it. I made a chunk of metal. So what we need to figure out, that's Canadian for out, is where the steering wheel is gonna go. So I need a column that comes up to grab this. I think it's just gonna go like that.
While I worked on welding new pieces to the frame, Daniel cut the drift trike seat to fit our dream Jeep.
We fabrication and creation.
And we're creative.
I welded 2 blobs onto an angle blob, and that holds that. Is this gonna fall?
Doesn't look super duper stable.
Where does it look like it should start bending down? Right about there? It needs to line up with that.
Now we just got to figure out how to bend a triangle.
How much to bend though? That is the question. So then I'll just have to weld like a little reinforcement piece in between there. Bend it.
That's not going to happen.
I want to see if we
Not
bend.
while I'm holding the camera.
Did I get it?
This thing is going to turn pretty sharp. I need a place for the foot pedals. For this, I cut and bent a piece of aluminum diamond plate to fit over the floor. Then I attached the pedal to the plate. In order for the Power Wheel frame to sit where I wanted it, I needed to place a 2x4 frame on top of the motor assembly. I just drilled down into the wood and used 2 bolts to hold the wood to the frame. Ha! That went in on both sides. Make sure. I had to rework some of the steering. This was super floppy, still a little floppy. I was gonna do a brace from here to there, but I wanted this. So I did a brace from here to here, and then I made this little platform, and that's what that bolts onto. It's much stiffer now, it'll be fine, especially for how much power this thing's gonna have. Keys for power. Battery goes in the center. Make sure this doesn't explode. I just wanna prop this up and see if it's actually gonna, Jesus. Turn it on. Yeah, man, that's it. It doesn't turn very good. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it one-wheel drive in the back. Second, I can feel the frame flexing a little bit, so I'm gonna have to gusset that up. See if we improve the Power Wheel for you. Oh, don't forget it doesn't have brakes. It doesn't turn very well. It's doing all right for her.
Maybe it's because she's not fat. There's no brakes!
All right, spin around. It turns okay for you, doesn't it? First test drive. We only had one catastrophic failure, which is right there. That was fairly predictable. I clearly need a one-wheel drive in the back. The issue though, is this thing is very custom made for this. I'm gonna see if the wheel from the Skippy Rock Mario Kart thing will fit. So that's this. I can already tell it's not going to. That was really my only hope. Dang, that's gonna make it way more complicated. I put this gusset right there and one over yonder. I mean, you can beat the crap out of this and it doesn't feel like it's gonna fail. Also, this part sticks out a little in front of this part. I welded this area first and then I was able to hammer that area flat to weld that and it didn't break up there. So I think that's a good sign. We want to add a free spinning rear wheel, so it's only one wheel drive. So I ordered a free spinning axle for like a front wheel. The bearings that were in here didn't fit on that. So I hammered the bearings out and I ordered these bearings. These bearings fit over here, but don't fit over the spline. So I want to grind these down or lay them down basically, so that'll slip over that. I'm gonna just hold a little file to this and spin that wheel and see if that'll get it down. After that, I will have to modify this. So I'll need to cut it down to be shorter like this one and then press in a bearing. Oh yeah, it turns, doesn't it? All right, now just gun it out that way. It still doesn't have brakes. Watch for car. Hold on, wait. Stop. Well, you can quit going. All right, just kind of take off and do a big loop real quick.
There we go. Do a donut. Keep going in circles. See if we can go up and around that hill. Just go up around that tree. All right, now see if you can get up there. Go. Oh, all right. On version 2, this broke. I kind of hoped that the front point of contact would be enough to keep that from happening. So I'm gonna have to do a little triangle right there and right there. While the one-wheel drive helped it turn a lot better, it did keep it from making it up the grass hill. I need a locking differential. I made some good progress with the problems. Well, really with one problem, which was the braking. But I ended up ordering it's like a motorcycle brake, and you'll basically be able to pull up on this like it's a emergency brake. So I put the caliper right where I wanted it and locked it into place. That actually has a little lock. I made a bracket from here to here, is screwed into the caliper, and I have it where I want it. So what I'm gonna do, I cut 2 little pieces of metal. This one isn't 100% done yet. There's some fine tuning I have to do, but it's basically gonna go down there. I'll tack the top one together first, then I'll finalize and tack the bottom one, and then I can take off some stuff and really weld it and sand it all together. Then hopefully we can drive it out into the road without fear of being run over by traffic. That's it together. That little handle is just on that little pole right there, and it comes over, and there's a little top piece. There's the bracket. This is on there. So you're driving along. Oh, look at that. I have everything welded on here that I'm gonna weld on here. And I painted it all black. Probably by the time I get this all together, cameraman's on his way, and we'll see what he came up with for the final design and give it a test drive. All right, motor in first. Daniel was tasked with doing the final design on this. Let's see what he came up with. Check it out.
Daniel here. I've been tasked with updating the style for this mini Barbie cart. My only instructions were, quote, go crazy with it, I don't care. My first thought was a 100% accurate recreation of the classic Jurassic Park Jeep. Obviously more accurate than this drawing that I made. We'll just get it right on the final. This is the Jeep Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler were riding when they first see the Brachiosaurus. Alan clumsily grabs Ellie's head to get her to look at the dinosaurs. Then I thought, hey, what if we did camo? But it might be too easy to lose this cool ride in the brush. So my next thought was, why not just keep the Barbie theme and just update the colors with even hotter pink? Then I thought, why not let's go patriotic? And what's more patriotic than a fully functional gun turret and additional mini American flags all over? Plus McDonald's. But then I remembered what Jason told me, go crazy with it, I don't care. And I thought, this just isn't crazy enough, I need to think outside the box. Why don't we ditch the go-kart undercarriage entirely and mount the whole thing on a giant mechanical worm structure? Then we could take it on virtually any terrain. I think we have our design.
Wow, that would be amazing. But what about something like this? It took me like 4 hours to draw that. Oh yeah! And banana peel! I like it. Your neighborhood doesn't care about that, do they? Did it a bunch over here and it's all gone away as soon as it rained. As soon as the camera's attached. Power slide. Oh, with the thing's capable of. Oh, God. Forgot the brake. Brakes on the hand. The brake actually works really well. Oh, my ears! Here, you try it. Oh, Jesus! He's right there! Uphill, though. Let's see about downhill. Tired. I didn't expect you to be so close. Ah! Oh God. Are you still back there? Well, that was it. First test, reverse.
I hope it works because I'm standing right in front of you. On a Segway, no less.
Oh, fudge. I can't see backwards because I don't have a backup camera.
You have to use your, forget, what's it called? Neck. Cars. Oh, Jesus.
Did you stop it?
No, I just zoomed in.
All right, next video. I need to get the steering wheel working on the purple Waluigi cart, and then we should race them. I get the bigger one because I know it'll win. We need to set up like a Mario Kart style course where we can race, and maybe that one, yeah, will have faster straightaways, but this one is like
More nimble,
no, yeah.
and it's Barbier.
It is a beautiful design. I do have, I haven't revealed this to you guys yet, a scooter that's from like the 90s. It's an electric scooter from the 90s. It almost looks like, you know those Rascals the old people drive?
Yeah.
It really looks a lot like one of those, except it's 2 wheels. It can go about 20, but we need to make it so it can go faster. Like, it needs to go 35. And actually, I think I can make that look like Scooty Puff Jr. or Mr. Scooty from Mario Kart. The Mr. Scooty probably better, because the Scooty Puff Jr.
Both are equally good designs.
But the Scooty Puff is yellow versus the Mr. Scooty is blue.
And we like the blue better.
Yeah, somebody's coming. Because the scooter I have is blue.
Can't talk, film, and Segway all at the same time.
This thing doesn't have any shocks. Ah! That was a very slow, almost flip over.
This thing's definitely pretty nimble.
You need the, not the Wario laugh, you need like the Peach scream.
Yeah. What sound does the Shy Guy make?
Oh, come on out. All right, let's talk about that. I switched this from a live rear axle, which means both wheels spin, to one-wheel drive. And when I did that, it can turn a lot easier, but it does get stuck in the grass if you try to just go straight up the grass
There's
hill.
one sharp edge right here that just really goes into my leg. Unless I hold my leg like this.
Well, that's good. Then that way your knees can take any impact.
Ow, it's freaking bang.
I thought you said if you did that, it wouldn't hurt.
It didn't help.
Where is it?
In fact, I hit it worse.
That corner?
Yeah.
Well, my even line goes around it like I wanted to cut it away.
We clearly had some foresight that this corner was going to be a problem. I think some of these pink flakes of plastic are in my knee now.
That's good. When you die in a fiery
Hold that
crash.
thought. The smell of the rubber just catches up with you when you stop. Oh wait, here.
Hold on, they don't live here. They're gonna just spin around.
They're a spinner.
Yep. There's like 6 houses down on these cul-de-sacs. I know every single house.
I feel like you get
cul-de-sac.
probably 20 to 30 spinners a day.
Hello! Oh wow, you're gonna go for it.
Ah, my ass!
Ooh. Park it to the left. Will it fit to the left? Oh, so you're just done. But what about this? Let's see.
What about what? What do you mean you're not gonna go with my design?
I'm just giving a slightly second opinion to the design. This wasn't quite ready.
Ta-da!
Luckily, to the magic of editing.
You know, I think we could have made the mecha caterpillar in the time it's taken you to take off this decal.